Welcome back to another video, guys, and I want to start off by just saying thank you for watching the latest video, the V70 video. As of today, I think it has like 750 views, and that's just insane. I mean, 750 views in just like 4 days. That's insane. That's so insane. Welcome to a little different video, maybe I would say. No, maybe not different. I mean, all the videos are about cars. But if you haven't watched the first vlog that I ever posted on this channel, this is actually the parking garage that I filmed the first vlog. I was actually not standing on this side, I was standing on that side, but I mean, still the same place. So and I think this is actually the only parking garage that has like an open top here in my city. I'm not really sure. I know that there's another parking garage over there, but I haven't really tried that one because, well, I have a bad experience with parking garages because they're often so tight. But anyway, today we're actually gonna discuss the BMW, and the things that we're gonna discuss on the BMW is actually, I was thinking that I was going to go through a complete list of everything that's done to the car, and just like present everything that I've done, because I know that tons of you guys are always asking me about what modifications have you done to the car, what are your wheel specs. That's like a common question. I think I get like maybe 1 or 2 DMs on Instagram a week asking about the wheel specs, and I thought it would just be fun to like save like an intro about the car, because yeah, I just like to have it because it's fun to watch. So I've actually made up a little list here because it's a long one. And hold on, there you can see the whole car, and like the list I've actually started with every other thing. So we're gonna start up with the engine, and performance wise, chassis, wheels, rims, and the brakes, and then we're gonna head on to interior, audio, exterior styling, and well, the list goes on. So I actually just want to start off with the engine then. I'll just present the car to you, because if you don't know, this is a BMW F32. It's actually a 428i, so it's the four-cylinder engine with twin turbo, and I think it has 245 horsepower stock, and this one has had the boot mode tune stage 2 actually. So I think people say that it should give around maybe 300 to 320. I mean, those aren't really exact numbers because I haven't even dynoed it, so it's a little bit unsure actually. But yeah, let's just start off with everything. So as I said, it's a 4-cylinder engine, and it's the performance wise, it's not really that much done to it. I mean, there is a 4.5-inch VRFS catless downpipe on it, and then it's a custom welded by Anton a custom welded 3-inch stainless steel exhaust all the way from the cat to the rear, so I don't have any mufflers at all. I'll give you guys a little sound check later on in the video, because I have no mufflers at all. So I mean, the car is it's loud to drive, but I think that the worst part is probably when you cold start it in the morning, because I don't usually drive this car to work, and that's mainly because when I start the car up like 7:30 in the morning, neighbors don't really like me, especially now when it's hot outside. People are sleeping with their windows open, and I'm just like brr, brr. It sounds so loud. Yeah. And the 3-inch exhaust goes all the way back to the diffuser, and there it ends with 2 carbon fiber Simone Racing exhaust tips. So that's pretty much everything with the exhaust. It's a loud boy. It's a loud boy. Moving on, I was thinking actually to buy the engine air intake, but I've been watching a little bit online, and the engine air intake, like in US, or I think like maybe, yeah, I think mainly US, I think it costs like $200 or something, and I mean, that's okay price, but in Sweden, the engine air intake is around $550 to $600, and that's a bit pricey. That's a bit pricey. So I was actually thinking to do that modification, but I was just like, I'll probably just skip it, because I didn't really feel that it was worth the money, I guess. But anyways, leaving the engine behind, we're gonna move on to the chassis. And well, probably if you guys have watched the channel, you have probably watched the video where we mount the brackets, the metal brackets instead of the springs. So you already know. But I have bought, or that the coilovers that I bought for the car originally was the BC Racing V1 coilovers with the RA camber plates and with the drop low option. So I think the coilovers are built like maybe 3 or 4 centimeters lower, so you can lower the car even more. And I bought those with 24 kilo springs. So I mean, the springs were stiff, but we still had some issues when we like ran a trip out to Mantorp. We had some issues that when we loaded in to the trunk and driving on the highway, the car was flexing a little, or the rear suspension was flexing a little bit too much, causing the rear fenders to take some damage. And I was just like, I don't want to damage the fenders, so let's just put on some metal brackets, because then it won't happen anything. Yeah, well, I'll show you guys. Just here you can see that the rear has taken a little bit of damage, but well, last weekend when me, Casper and Karilla was cruising around in the south of Sweden, we had some issues. I'll just let the video speak for itself. We had some issues that the fenders, like I was going to back up, and I turned the wheel too much, causing the fenders to cave in, and that fucked them up pretty much. So I've ordered some new fenders, and I'll probably put them on before I sell the car later on, but yeah. That sucked. Regarding the chassis, I've also I have camber in the front and rear. I have 5.8 degrees of 5.8 degrees of camber front, and that's max for the BC Racing coilover. And then I have 6.8 degrees in the rear, and that is actually maxed out on the OEM arms. So I have not bought any arms at all for the car. We have just adjusted that on the OEM stuff. So I think that's pretty fairly good enough for like a BMW, because people is always just asking me like, how did you get so much camber? Did you buy any arms in the rear? And I'm just like, you know, I haven't bought any arms. Like, I could actually adjust that on the car from stock. So yeah, that's awesome. Moving on to the wheels, I'm running, many people will just fuck with me and just like, are you running fakes or whatever, but I mean, I don't really care. I'm running a model called JR10, which is from the Japan racing company, and yes, these wheels are called JR10, and I'm running a setup that's 215/35 on the 19-inch wheels in the front, and those are 9.5-inch wide with the offset to 30 and a 16mm spacer. I usually send these to people asking, and then I always make sure to send afterwards, like, don't add the spacer if you want to fuck your fenders, because without the spacer it was looking okay, but then I was just like, I want to have the poke, so I added a 16mm spacer, and well, that pretty much ended my fenders. So well, oh well. In the rear, I'm running a 11-inch wide wheel with 245/35 19-inch, and the offset on those are 20. So yeah, I mean, the rear is wide, 11-inch, that's wide. I remember when I first picked up the wheels, I was just like, picked them up from the box, and I was just, god damn, these wheels they're wider than me. And that was just like, what? Those are probably the widest wheels I've ever bought. I've just bought like a 9.5-inch wide before, so yeah. While we're at it, talking about the brakes, or while we're at it talking about the wheels, we can actually talk a little bit about the brakes, because I've done a brake upgrade on the car as well. I was originally just wanting to buy the Red Stuff EBC pads, because they don't give off any dust at all, because it's always like this problem with that the wheels are getting dirty because of the brake dust. And then I was just like, oh, I'm just gonna buy the EBC Red Stuff pads then. And then I was just like looking at the website, and I was just like, the cross-drilled Brembo disc rotors look really good. And I was just like, oh, they would look so sexy behind the wheels, and I accidentally ordered them, I guess you could say. So on the car then is a K27 Brembo brake disc with, and it's drilled, slotted, cross-drilled, slotted, I think you could say. You'll see on the video. And along with that, I run the EBC Red Stuff brake pads, and they are great. I mean, if you ever had any issues with like brake dust or anything, just buy the Red Stuff, because I mean, they are so good. They will just completely delete every bit of dust. I highly recommend them. If you don't want to clean your wheels like every day. I mean, I clean my wheels every week, but they're good. They're good. Moving on, I don't think I said it before, but I actually hope that you guys maybe you guys already know that the car is M Sport, and of course the interior is M Sport as well. You have the M Sport steering wheel, and yeah, the M Sport steering wheel. I love it. I love the look of it. Looks so good. Alongside with that, I have the glass roof, yeah, glass roof, or sunroof, sunroof. That was probably like the #1 thing that I wanted when I was looking for a car, because that gives the car like a little bit. I mean, the roof it does look slick without it, but I really like having the black part, and then when you have it tilted, it looks so good. alongside with that on the interior, I've actually wrapped the panels in a carbon fiber wrap. I've changed out the seat belts. The seat belts are probably the second thing that people ask about. People ask about the wheels and people ask about the seat belts, and I think that was like a thing that I really wanted to do, because I've rarely seen people having other colors on the seat belts if you don't drive like a Lamborghini or like a brand new Volvo or something like that. I've not really seen it on like the more stance cars, I guess you could say, or something like that. Not in Sweden at least. So I was just like, I want to change the color on the seat belts, and I was looking everywhere. I was looking in the US, no one wanted to ship to Sweden. I was looking in Europe, I was looking everywhere. I couldn't find anyone. I even contacted like a textile company here in Sweden and asking like, hey, could you like re-stitch my seat belts and like change color? And they were just like, oh yeah, we could do that, but we don't really want to mix with the safety on the seat belts, so we can't like guarantee anything. And they just said like, we probably don't want to do it. So and I ended up finding a really sketchy guy on Instagram, and I was just like, I would probably get scammed or something. And then I sent him a message just like, hey, you changed the colors on seat belts, right? And he was just like, oh yeah, just like send me the seat belts and I'll do it. And then I was just like, well, could you send me like a couple of samples? So like just a week later I got in the mail a little sample box of like 7 different yellow colors, and then I could choose from them. And then I just sent him like, yeah, I want this one. And then I just removed the seat belts from the car, and then I sent them off to Lithuania, I think it was. And then it was just like a week later, he was just like, yeah, I'm done now, I'm sending them back to you right now. So I think the whole process took just like 2.5 weeks, and I'm really happy about it. I mean, you can't really guarantee the safety on them, I guess, but it looks good, and I haven't had any issues at all, and they look really professional. I mean, all the creds to the guy that did it. Yeah, they look really good. I love the belts. That's one of my top 5 things that I love about the car, actually. Moving on to the other things on the inside, I actually have a yellow start and stop button along with a yellow M1 and M2 button. I bought these from IND Industries, and they were not cheap. I'm not gonna lie, they were not cheap. I think I paid like almost $200 to get them to Sweden, and that was really pricey for just like 3 plastic buttons. But I was just like, I really want to have them yellow. I couldn't find yellow anywhere. I could just find like blue, red, and so on, and I really wanted the yellow ones to go alongside with all the other yellow parts that I have on the car. Yeah, I have some very expensive yellow plastic buttons. Alongside with that, with the yellow start and stop button, the yellow M1, M2 buttons, and the yellow seat belts on the inside, that's actually all the yellow things that I have. I think like they're very subtle. Like, I mean, it doesn't scream that much, but you still feel like it's like the details. So I'm really happy about the interior on the car. Other than that, I have the Schmeidman emblem floor mats, yeah, and then I have a carbon fiber look black and white BMW logo on the steering wheel as well. So I think that's pretty much on the interior. Yeah, I think so. I've also installed the RGB lights down on the floor by the footwell. So yeah, that's everything on the inside. Moving on to the outside, as I said before, outside you have the OEM M Sport package on the car, and I've actually bought a lot of carbon fiber stuff on the outside of the car, and I think like the number one thing that people I think like the one thing that people do in the car is probably a front lip and a rear diffuser or a wing, ducktail spoiler. But I'll just go through the list here that I've made and keep on talking. So you guys just have to listen. More than that, I have installed the M4 look kidney grills on the car, and alongside with that we have the Max Tone carbon fiber side skirts with the Shutter Gang carbon fiber front lip. That is not a front lip anymore because it barely exists. And I also have bought a carbon fiber diffuser from Shutter Gang as well, and the carbon fiber diffuser has been painted white. You can kind of see like that I painted the carbon fiber white along the upper part and the side parts, and just kept like the middle ribbed parts in the carbon fiber look, because I really wanted to have, like, I saw a picture online and I was just like, yeah, I'm sold, I want to have that. Alongside with that, we also have the M4 carbon fiber mirror caps, and these are not just the ones that you like put above the normal ones. These are actually replaced, and yeah, I know they're painted white, but it's actually carbon fiber under them. So I was thinking about having them black, but I like the white look more because it sticks out a little bit more. So other than that, I've actually I have a little funny story about the carbon fiber rear wing. When I was going to get the car to service here in my hometown, I drove the car to the workshop, parked it, and then the morning after, when I came back to leave the keys to the workshop, something was missing, and well, somebody stole my wing then. So that sucked, because that was the first time the car was outside of the garage for like 7 months, and I was just like, oh damn it. And I filed a report to the police, but they didn't do anything. The insurance company was just like, well, is it a OEM BMW wing? And I was just like, no, it's not, but I have the receipt here. And they was just like, oh, that's not gonna help. And well, I really wanted to have the car out, because that was like the first week when summer started, and I was just like, I need to get a new wing. So I bought a new wing from Shutter Gang, but they had really long they have a really long delivery period because of Corona and everything. So I just searched up on Facebook Marketplace, found a guy that was selling a fake carbon fiber wing that was exactly looking like mine, but like 100 miles away. And I was just like, hey, can I buy your wing? I'll buy it today. And he was selling it for like $100, I think, so it was a reasonable price. And I sent him over the money, and then I never heard from him. So that's 2 wings gone. And then I was just like, oh, I'm not getting the wing until after the summer that I ordered. I need to get a new wing. So I contacted another guy on the Facebook Marketplace, and he was just like 50 miles away, and he was just like, yeah, I can send it to you. And I was just like, no, you're not sending it. I'm coming to you this weekend and picking up the wing. So me and a friend went and picked up the wing, and that's actually the wing that I have on right now, because when I got the Shutter Gang wing, I sold it. A good sounding car. Other than that, on the outside, I have LED on the license plate lighting in 6K. I also have LED H8 fog lights in 6K as well. And I've also changed the amber signals to 2K, or the indicator lights. In the indicator way, I've changed out to the dynamic blinkers in the mirrors as well. So they are dynamic, and that adds a really good look on the car. Alongside with that, on the outside, we have just normal black and white emblems on the hood and on the trunk. We also have fully Artec yellow painted brake calipers, and then I have the US small license plates. I don't have it on the front right now, but I'll show you a video of the rear. So these US plates are illegal in Sweden, but these that I bought do actually like still reflect from speed cameras and stuff. So the police is pretty chill about them, because they're often, I've been stopped 2 times with them, and they're often just saying like, yeah, I know that you have these for show, and not like trying to avoid speed cameras or anything, so I'm not gonna give you a ticket. So they've been really chill about it. And then one of the top 5 things that I like about the car next is actually the magnets, because in one of the videos we installed the magnets on the back side of the front, and then on the license plate in the rear. So both the license plates, front and rear, are removable, and no marks before I repainted the front, I had like 9 holes in the front for the license plate. It's just like, why? Yeah, that was everything on the outside as well. I mean, that went really quick. Maybe? No. Did that went quick? No, maybe not. I just want to, I actually missed saying this part in the video. It's a little bit embarrassing, but I missed talking about the hella horns. I'll just add this part into the exterior. I've installed hella horns on the BMW, if you guys haven't seen that video, and I really thought that was a good installation, because you always see the BMWs with like these bars, and people put like a wrap on them, and I had that as well last year, but this year Anton actually had like a pair of hella horns laying around, and he was just like, I'm just gonna sell them probably, and I was just like, let me buy them. I mean, I can put them on the BMW, and he was just like, yeah, maybe, and I was just like, that would be odd. And so we put hella horns on the BMW and painted them yellow, of course, so we have yellow details everywhere. And yeah, I just wanted to add that part, because fuck, that is like the #1 thing that I love about the car the most, and I forgot it. Oh. Well, moving on. Some future plans for the car were maybe to buy air suspension, but I've realized that I'm done with this car. I mean, I need to move on to something else. I need to give you guys another project. So I will probably end up selling the car after the summer and buying a new project car. And I think that pretty much sums up the video. I think I've explained everything about the car, or I don't hope that I really don't hope that I missed anything. I don't think I've missed anything, at least. Well, you know, guys, let me know in the comments if you guys would like a video of another video with the BMW, where I'm explaining like a little bit more in depth about the build cost, the cost of buying the car, and all the other stuff that's around, because I mean, there is I've spent some money on this car, and yeah, let me know in the comments. And you know what, thank you for sticking around until the end of the video, because I think this actually turned out to be a pretty long one. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, and you know what, if you enjoy watching us, don't forget to subscribe, because that helps out a lot. And you know what? Enjoy your Sunday and enjoy life.